Yes, sir. What's good, man? What's good, man? Welcome back to Can. Back again. Welcome back to Can I Buy with y'all, man, where the vibes are immaculate every time we do this. So we're going to jump right to it. Before we did this episode, I posted a little story today. Wanted to do a little Q&A, get some opinions, or not opinions, get some questions on what people would like to hear. And we're going to start with the good one today. So the first question, someone was talking about, or told us to talk about how people are seeking validation on social media, how it can be toxic, how it can be, I don't know, maybe people like it. So should I start it off? Should I give my opinion on it first? Usually I let one of y'all boys do it, but
I mean, there's definitely some pros and cons to it for mental health. I mean, some of the cons really, you kind of lose grip of reality. You kind of lose that connection, that one-on-one, like in person. Like I've talked to some people where like they're socially awkward. They don't know. Yeah. They're all here all day.
And their social media is completely different.
Yeah, like all on their social media, they look like they're sociable, but they're not. But I mean, there is some pros to it. There is some. It could change your life.
How so?
Because you might meet people that you never could meet that are across the world.
True.
So there's some pros and cons.
So this specific question was talking about how people are seeking validation on social media.
Okay.
And specifically that, I feel like there's a lot more cons to it because we live in a society where if you're not getting that validation, then obviously you're going to feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Mess up your mental a little bit, you know, because it's like men or women, say you posting whatever, you know, you getting your validation, you posting your thirst traps, whatever, you getting validation. All of a sudden that validation start to stop.
Yeah.
You might start to feel less about yourself. You might start to feel like,
damn, am I worthy?
Yeah, am I worthy? Like, what's happening?
Do people still find me attractive?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. And then on top of that, Instagram's changing a lot too. So, you know, say your views start going down. Because that's kind of how a lot of people track validation, whether it's views, attention, comments, whatever. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a bunch of guys or girls in your DMs.
Yeah. They'll delete it if it doesn't get a certain amount of likes.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like it's a problem these days.
It is.
I mean,
it is.
It's a problem that people are getting like out of touch with themselves and other people, and like they're doing it in a way that it doesn't like welcome you to being more social, like as in the way of like this, you feel me? Like being like, hey, how are you? You feel me? Seeing mannerisms, seeing emotions, seeing like raw, like you feel me? You're not getting that.
You kind of lose that human touch a little bit.
Exactly.
And it's also crazy, like the things they would do to maintain that validation.
Clout.
Like
they just get obsessed with it, like in their heads.
Selling
it's a
their
drug.
Soul, like,
Yeah.
It's a drug for real.
Addictive.
Like
selling their body. Like I couldn't do that. And it's just.
Going back to what you said, it's weird. I've met so many people where I've followed them on social media for a while, and then I meet them in person. I'm like, bro, you're freaking weird. Like, I don't mean to come at you like that, but I'm like, this is not what I expected at all. Like, you're living this glorious life on social media and like doing this, that. And then I can't even have a normal conversation with you.
They basically like, I mean, low-key catfished you in a way. You feel me? Like similar concept. You feel me?
Back to the catfish.
That's basically what it is. It's like you look like this or this is like this, but it's really not like that.
Yeah.
It's two different things.
I feel like that's a problem too because a lot of people, like there's a lot of people we follow that we've never met. That's with anybody, any page.
Of course. Yeah.
So you kind of formulate your vision of how they are based off their social media.
It's like you betting off nothing. Like you banking on nothing, and then hopefully, maybe I'm right.
Like, you know how people post, like, say you go to the beach all the time, you do yoga on the beach all the time, and like people are like, all right, that's what you do yoga on the beach, but there's so much more to you.
Yeah.
And then say they catch you out partying and drinking, and like, damn, I thought you just do yoga on the beach. Like, this is not what I thought you were. I don't know. Maybe they think I just do a podcast all the time. Like, you know, this is my life.
And then that's
but then they're like,
I mean, if you assume that, I would be like low key. Like, I mean, I don't know. You shouldn't assume. You shouldn't assume. You feel me?
That's the message of the day. Stop making assumptions.
Like, just because you do podcasts and I think all you do is podcasts, I'd be a sucker if I just think like that's it. Like, obviously you got a life.
Yeah.
You do this and this and that, and then, you know, then that's where it comes into play of being interactive. Oh, hey, how you, like, you feel me? Like, that's how you.
I feel like that's
Damn.
a
'Cause if
big
you don't
problem
wanna-
too. Like, social media kind of loses that interaction a little bit.
Or like people are scared to say stuff that they would like normally, like if it's
Yeah.
like this,
Facts.
so they're gonna be like,
Facts.
okay, hold on, you feel
Yeah.
me? Like,
Bro, honestly, since we started doing this, there's been a lot of people that we've met for the first time when they come here. And it's still like, I feel like we have a much better conversation opposed to like, you know, just sending fire emojis on their picture or a couple
So
quick DMs.
it's like luck of the draw, basically. Some are hit, some are miss.
Yeah. I mean, fortunately, we've had great people on here. We've had good conversations.
Yeah, everyone has
But-
lived up to what I expected so far
Yeah.
from the gram.
Right. It's like if you meet a person in person and it's like, I don't know,
I
it
guess
could be
that's-
weird.
That could be kind of self-inflicted because I'm kind of conscious about that. Like, I don't want to just post the podcast because then people only come up to you and only talk about the podcast. Like, you should be able to show everything
Yeah.
about yourself. You kind of have to find that balance of like who you are and like not showing too much
Right.
to where people have that mystery to
See,
get.
that's why it's hard because some people like to broadcast their whole life.
Oh,
But look, wait.
see,
But
there's. Go ahead.
they could broadcast their whole life, but let's give or take also now take that and split it. There's probably some people that low-key need to because that's like their profession. Like if you're
Right.
promoting like the
Yeah.
podcast, you kind of have to
Right.
always be on social media to do this
That's facts.
because that you have to maintain progress. You have to make progress, so you have to keep applying pressure to do that. Now, if
Right.
you put your whole life out there, that's your choice. But I see that as like that just also comes down to personality, like how much you interact with the people that
That's what I feel too.
that I was gonna mess with you. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
how much they, you feel me?
Look
That's
at the choice of words. Look at that.
so like
You do got to find that balance.
yeah, balance is good, but it's just I don't know.
I feel like it. I don't know. Me personally, I feel like to post everything. It's crazy because people think I be posting everything I do. I'm like, man, you get like a tenth of what I post is like a tenth of what I'm really doing. And I feel like that's so exhausting to go out and post every second of my day. I just like, I don't know, but like you said, it goes back to personality. It depends who you are.
It depends, yeah. Like if you're like I wouldn't consider myself that type of person, but I do. Okay, so me, right? So I told you about the modeling. I know if I want to model and I want to get out to agencies and I want to do this, I want to do that. I have to be more active. I need like basically the way I see it is I have to just
You have to put
apply that pressure.
yourself
You feel
out
me?
there.
Meet photographers, you know, shoot, meet people, try my best. You feel me? Some people have it a little like low-key gifted, where like people have been like I know people like on IG that like they've just been out there and they just get scouted off the street. And like
Yeah.
and now you're for an agency, whatever. But
just
my
got
point
it.
is like it all depends on you as the person. And like I wouldn't say I'm that type of person, but honestly, my main goal, like when I think about it, to relate to our topic, right, of you know being consistent on social media, is like I do that because one day, like I see it as me modeling is something I've been told I could be good at, so I just kind of ran with it and I liked it. You feel me? I like clothes, I like being different, and I see it as me supporting you. You feel me? Supporting other people, and I'm like I'm down for that. You feel me? Like I don't really, I'm not a person like oh you got to do this for me, this and that. Like I'm a very I guess call it tend to be selfless person. So me doing like pushing that end scheme would be really just to build a platform to do like this, where I could do a podcast, or I could do this, and then like if I blow up, I use that to, you know, push positivity or push like, oh, you got your brand? All right, I know homeboys that do pictures and videos, or people that model, and people, you feel me? Because for me, like, I try to be that person because I've been in so many scenarios where I didn't have that person, you feel me? Like to help out with this or help out with that. So I guess that's a kind of example of, you know.
No, I
keeping up with
definitely get what you mean. I feel like there's I mean, we know with the podcast, there's a balance. Like we have to use social media to promote the podcast.
Right.
Yeah, it's the only way.
But I
it's-
mean,
that's not the
it just
only
it,
way. Like, that's
it just
not our
depends
whole
what you
life.
do. Like there's people
Yeah.
who promote their modeling or podcast or music or whatever on social media. There's using it for business, and then there's the people who wake up, post themselves in the morning, post themselves driving to work, post themselves with their fit of the day,
that's
post
too
their
much.
post their
That's
thirst
too
trap,
much.
post their lunch, post their dinner, post them at the gym, post them at the beach, post them at getting on a date, post them
All right, so let's get
Like-
into it. So you said that's too much, right?
It is.
I agree with you, but what I've come to notice with certain things is like literally when they say like, okay, I agree it's too much. I feel like sometimes people take that and they'll be like, oh, it's too much, and then they call it more shit for that person that like that's probably doing like posting when they wake up this and that because that's their confidence, that's their, you feel me, like
Right.
because they have more interaction here than here in real life with other people, you feel me?
That's true.
Okay.
So that's how they like that's like their whole like self-esteem, that's for this and that. And I agree with you. And that's just our perspective, our like opinion on it, call it.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I guess.
That's their way of expressing
Yeah.
themselves
Well-
to the world. They don't really know how to communicate here, so they're going to communicate.
Yeah,
through
so
the
it's
phone.
like I kind of just wish them the best, you feel me? Because like no, like not trying to be like seem like a
No. I know.
feel me?
Okay.
But that's the thing. I
understand.
feel like, you know, we all kind of have a double life, whether we feel like it or not. Like we have our life, our personal life, then we have our social media life. And it's like we might not consider that our double life, but other people view that as like there's this whole social media universe where how people view each other. It's its own community. Like we have our friends we know in person, and then we got boys on social media or whatever. You ever have like someone on social media who just always supports you, but you never met them,
Oh, hell yeah.
and it's like
Hell yeah. What?
that's what I'm saying. So,
But I appreciate that, though.
of course,
Like
of course.
we got people over in like Europe. I've
Yeah.
never met them.
So that's why I say it's like a double life because to
fuck
those.
with y'all.
Fuck with you for real. Appreciate y'all.
MVPs, bro.
But it's like this is how they view our life, even though we know there's more to our life.
Yeah.
But in their eyes, we're only podcasters. We are only what you see on social media.
True.
So
Okay.
go ahead.
y'all want me to like stir it up a little bit?
Go ahead.
Shit,
Alright,
go ahead.
so you just said that, right?
Okay.
I find it crazy how I've seen even on like just social media period. It'll literally say like it'll be a quote, whatever. People that you don't know, like you just said, will support you more and just support you, period. And just be there for you more like on that different like that plane, call it.
Yeah.
More than the people like you actually know. And like,
Yeah.
oh, like I so-called mess with you feel me?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
and they show more love than them. And it's
That's
like
facts.
that's just crazy.
That's facts.
That's like when you selling a product and your boys ask you like, give me a discount. Like, you don't really support me. Why are you asking for a discount?
Man, like
You gotta fully
I
support
love my
it.
dogs, but you know, I know there's some of my homeboys who don't watch it, but like I'm not offended by it.
No,
It's just
no.
it's
We
your
don't-
preference.
We don't force nothing. We don't force
But
nothing.
there's people on the internet out here who love this, watch it all the time. Like, you know, thank you. But either way, you know, this is who we are.
I ain't gonna lie. Going back to social media, I forgot. I heard this before. I said, I heard people say they present themselves on media on who they wish they really were.
I've heard. Where did I hear that?
Like, have you heard this
Heard
before?
that
They
too.
present themselves on social media as somebody they wish they were.
Yeah. Like who they wish they really were in real life.
Yeah, because you don't post your flaws. You don't post anything
I mean,
negative.
yeah.
Let's say we just talking about your
Okay.
page, like
Okay.
you know, because there's a difference between the stories and the post. Like if
Yeah,
I'm out,
but-
yeah, I'm gonna post my stories too. But
What if?
So if we're being more specific, post as in like not specifically a post like on my page. I'm saying like post as in anything on social media period. To make it easier for us.
okay,
I feel like if I've been out and I've been on Snap and I've had fun like out with like when I've been with my coworkers at the job, at my other job,
Yeah.
at my old job. Shout out Big Daddies.
shout out Big Daddy.
Shout out my dog Tony. And been shit faced. I mean, like that's not something I really like aspire to be. You feel me? But
Right,
it's just me enjoying myself. You get
Okay.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I agree. I can see where you're coming from, but like that's how I interpret it because some people do that. You feel me? Like it's just
Okay.
like they're like, for instance, people posting on close friends on IG and showing like they go out and smoke and do this or. You know,
Close
they're-
friends is literally smoking, drinking, and
Sexual
thirst
stuff.
traps. I'm trying not to cuss on here,
That
but
is true. But what if you're trying to give that
It's a
perception
little-
like
it's a
I'm
little bit
always
hard.
lit?
what you say?
What if you're always trying to give that perception to all the close friends like I'm always lit?
There's people who do that.
Like,
I mean, me personally, like how I would call it, bro, is I don't really like, not to be
They trying to
I
see
almost
it.
messed up.
Do it. That's how they're trying to do it.
Say it.
I almost fucked up, bro. Not to be an asshole, but all my close friends, bro, I don't like. I take into account like if you could be a random person, I don't know you, and I'm not gonna say I don't fuck with you, but for the people that I like personally, like now I know y'all, I fuck with you. For me, I have no reason not to.
Okay.
I take into account what y'all think about me, but at the same time, for the most part, I don't really give a fuck what nobody thinks about me because I'm just gonna try to be as blunt as I can. Because if not, I'm gonna overthink and worry about things I don't need to be worrying about.
Right. Okay.
And that's like call it having a filter, call it having this, and
I can relate to that. I struggle with that.
you feel me?
'Cause I'm
So
very
like
blunt.
that's where I struggle because so like the close friends. If y'all think I'm always going out getting lit, you probably don't know me because if I'm not going out getting lit, like before that job, I'd go out once in a while with my boys, my people I fuck with. But it's always a select few, you feel me?
Yeah.
Because I ain't no perfect person, but I feel like I keep it more real sometimes than some other people. No cockiness,
Nah,
bro. Like
no.
I just try to keep it like that. If not, I'm not
Say
gonna
it
say
straight
nothing.
up.
I'm
Say
not
it
gonna say
straight up.
nothing because I don't want to get in nobody's business or be negative because I'm not that type of person. I try
It's
to
not
be
being
positive.
negative. There's
Some
a lot
people
of
see it like
being
that.
that
you you know when you being real. You know when you keeping it real.
Yeah,
And,
and I've had people tell me like, oh, like trying to twist it up, and I'm like, I try to stay away from it because I genuinely like that shit. When I come out being real and I could sound like an asshole and they think it's negative, it's because I really like care about you feel me? And if I'm doing that and like I see that or I've already heard or seen that like y'all trying to throw it in my face, I take offense to that because like when you're close with me, bro, like I really, really genuinely as a person give a fuck about you. You feel me? We don't have to hang out all the time, but like I feel like not enough people think like that or act like that. And it's a choice. It's a
100%.
I think like
choice.
that.
It's a choice.
100%.
It's a choice.
It is a choice.
Because I could be like, oh, I don't like this and this about you, and I'll tell you, bro. If it comes up, if it gets to a point where I feel like I have to say something because I genuinely want you to see where I'm coming from, so you can therefore maybe change that if it'll better you as a person. You feel me?
Right.
Okay.
And that's for you to like because I'm like, oh shit, maybe I didn't like how you acted to this. This could cause you problems with this and that, and I'm just looking out for you because I'm your dog. You feel me? And like that's how it
There's
should
a lot
be.
of fake love out there.
No, but that's how it should be because
gotta
I'm
be able to
keeping it real. Because I'm
communicate.
I'm looking at it as like if I don't like this, you think this and this person gonna like this? Out of your mind. You
Yeah.
feel me?
That's facts. You got to be able to communicate to your friends.
Yeah.
And if you can't be honest and open with them and blunt, then
Of course.
how cool are we?
Bro,
Not
this
cool enough.
is so small, but I appreciate when my friends like, bro, if I got a booger in my nose,
yo, I was
if there's
just about
something
to
stuck in my
say
teeth,
that,
like,
bro.
bro, let me know. I
I
hate,
was just about to say that.
man, I ain't gonna say no names on here, but something happened recently. Someone very close to me.
What happened?
I ain't gonna say no names.
Damn,
Don't-
there should be a rule.
You know
on
I'm
that.
gonna say it.
There-
I'm gonna
there's a
say it.
rule
I'm gonna
on
say it.
that.
I'm gonna say it.
Don't give any names, but like tell us.
No, I'm saying it. This is my brother Eli. My brother, man. And no, he ain't do nothing wrong. He ain't do nothing wrong.
Okay.
But I recently went to a wedding, and my collar was popped on my suit
Okay.
for like a good hour, taking pictures and everything.
Oh nah.
And he's like, I took a video and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, my suit was like this the whole time? He was like, yeah, I thought you knew. I thought you saw it in the video. I'm like, man, you see me walking around for an hour straight, my collar popped. You ain't gonna tell me my suit is open?
Damn. You know what that made me think about? When y'all didn't tell me that one time where I had a hickey on my neck.
No.
And I had to find out in a YouTube video.
How did you not know you had it?
Whoa,
I did-
dude, that was different. That was different.
I
You don't, you don't
That was
remember
different.
somebody sucking on your neck?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I was fucked up. I'm sorry. I was effed up.
Shit, I mean, you took it there, but I really didn't see it. Come on, bro. You know how to tell you.
I had to find out on a YouTube video. Like the girl was interviewing us, and she was
Look,
like,
nobody's perfect, bro. We can't catch everything.
Like-
I'm not trying to excuse it. I'm just saying that could have been what happened.
I don't go looking for your hickeys.
And you don't gotta look for it, but like it's the same concept. Like
Oh, trust
your
me.
brother wasn't probably looking to be like, oh, yo, you got like, you feel me? And it
Yeah.
just
That's what I'm saying. I'm not mad at him. But it's
It
like
happens.
if you
We not
see it,
perfect.
if you see it.
yeah, but we not perfect. We're not gonna be looking out for your boogers. You feel me?
That's what I'm saying.
Not doing that.
Now they probably checking the camera. They probably like zooming
They probably
in.
like zoom-
Let me check that man's nose real quick. Like, hold on.
Yeah, check your 24. So you gonna have that one person in the comments every video like, yo, bro, you clear, bro.
That's
All
what I'm
good.
saying. Well, we got another topic. I'm gonna let you pick the next one. It's either that one or this one.
all right.
Which one you feeling?
The first one.
He didn't even know which one it is.
Wait, acting tough?
The third one, lucky number.
All right, we'll talk about the first one. Someone was saying to talk about toxic masculinity.
Oh my God.
There's no such thing. Matter of fact, what does that really mean?
There actually is a such thing. There's a such thing.
Matter of fact, educate me on it. I really don't know what that means.
If I were to assume,
You know what?
What does that mean?
I'm
gonna pull it up.
Wikipedia definition, I would say it's masculinity, like you being a man to the point where it's like.
Wait. Before you pull it up, give me your interpretation of it. Before we
You
get
want to go first?
Because I really don't know what that means.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
I don't know what that means.
Toxic masculinity. It's like, as a man, you have to be a man. You have to not show emotion. You can't show weakness. You can't ask for help. You can't ask for guidance.
So says society.
You can't have any.
Like, where's this rule book? I don't understand that. How does
That's what I'm saying.
where's that definition of being a man? Like,
That's what I'm saying. It's a thing. That's why it's toxic masculinity.
but go on. Okay.
Like, we know, but there's a lot of men who feel that way, where like they have to be a manly man.
Okay.
You can't. Like one
You
thing,
can't cry. You can't show no emotions.
One thing I was reading about is how with toxic, I can't even freaking say it. Toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
You can't, like, men don't partake in self-care.
What?
And yeah, whether it's
Self-care.
like getting regular checkups or
It's the genius that made up all this.
yeah,
That's
it's a
what I'm
thing.
saying.
It's a thing.
All right. Okay.
I mean, shoot, I need my me days. I'll have a spa day. I don't care.
So wait. So
Because
toxic
at the end of the day, you're still a man.
toxic
I'm still a man.
masculinity is not having self care.
No, it's
I'm
like
confused. Because I don't know what toxic masculinity.
it's like believing that you have to be a man at all times. And when it says being a man at all times, that means
That's your interpretation? Or
Yeah,
that's what it says?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what is your?
Because I'm trying to get at the toxic part, and to me, that toxic, I feel like
I don't understand
breaking
it.
it down to the literal is like you thinking you have to be a man to the point where like you're doing shit that I don't know, it's just toxic. I honestly I can't really. And to me, toxic is just negative stuff, like you like being overly aggressive or just being like I don't know,
it
like,
translates into that.
You feel me?
It translates into that. So it's like if as a man, we all have stress. We all deal with stress.
Absolutely.
So it's like you can't really show that stress. You can't show that emotion. You can't show that you're hurting. You have to be have to be a man. So in turn, that relates or that turns into toxic traits, whether it's being negative towards women, being negative towards other men, being self-centered, whatever it is. And it all kind of stems from that.
Sounds like that person can't.
That turns into me losing my damn mind.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, bro, like, nah.
Yeah, that's
and
what
I'm
I'm
gonna be
saying.
like, yo, this is what I gotta say, bro. Like, nah.
You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like someone can't handle you at your worst.
That sounds like to me, stemming from the beginning, just people thinking things have to be one way because we're a man and this is this and this is that, because they're closed-minded and they don't know anything other than what they've been taught previously or from like their parents, whoever's been involved in their life when they were younger, which is when like we build everything and learn everything. And
That's what I'm saying.
From there, they're just like, oh, this is like this and this is black and white. Like my pops, I ain't even gonna lie, my pops, for example, used to be like that. He used to be like, oh, why do you like this or do this? Da, da, da. And I get most of my like fashion styles, like that type of stuff. I got the inspiration from my mom because she was into that type of stuff. My dad was always like, oh, why do you like the type of person to be like, why do you like this? This is stupid or this is that. You feel me?
Yeah.
And to me, that's like the perfect example. Like, just no open-mindedness. Just this is what it is and that's life. You cannot live life like that, bro. I'm sorry. And I know I don't want to.
No.
For me,
it's
100%, bro, I can't talk to somebody like that. Like, I mean, I can, but I feel like for me, when I see people like that, it kind of riles me up in that sense, but it gives me a challenge because I'll low-key want the better for them. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's the type of person I'm like. I've had homeboys in my life that are the same way. They're like, I think this has to be like this, and that's how they live their life. And I'm like, you're out of your mind. You feel me? Like, I try to show them different because at the end of the day, they're gonna inevitably probably learn that because they're gonna realize like, yo, life isn't just black and white, bro. There's so much more to it. You feel me? And you're just looking at it one way, and you have no idea how the rest of it is.
Right.
You feel me?
You got an idea of it?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk too much, but
No, we're on the podcast.
I know, but I want everybody to get their little. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, we educating too. you know,
Exactly.
I like to learn on here too as well.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean, it's really a thing. Like, you know, thankfully I haven't dealt with it to like a serious extent like that. But you know, when you grow up, you for the most part, you are kind of taught that, like, you know, you gotta be tough.
This is how
Can't
things
cry,
are.
You can't really show no emotions.
Right.
Okay.
And
You
now-
always got to make it seem like you're well put together. You always
Right.
got your
You always
stuff.
got it together.
Yeah.
It's a facade.
So
that.
I'm thinking of a question you had prepared a couple weeks ago. You were asking, do you think today's men are more masculine or feminine?
Oh, they're
I'm actually gonna ask you first because it was your question,
okay.
but I'm asked Jag.
Do I think today's men are more masculine or feminine?
Go in.
Go on.
Straight up answer and then go in, or
Nah, go in.
I mean,
go into details.
Whatever you feeling.
However you feel, and then say why. Why do you
because for
feel
me,
that?
it's like I said with conversation, bro. There's so many different things and attributes to it. If I say feminine, like it could be because so me personally, today's men, do I think they're more masculine or feminine?
Do you think men are getting worse or better?
I got my answer, but I'm gonna let y'all go for it.
I would say feminine because I feel like both of those like questions, they're too like broad in a way. Because I could say feminine and say because of this. I would say feminine if we're going off the fact of, let's say, men speaking on their emotions, speaking on this, and if we're going off that, I would say 100% I agree and I think that's the way. Honestly, feminine. Can I speak freely again? Or?
Go ahead.
This
Fuck feminine or masculine, bro. We're people. We have emotions. We have feelings. We have this and that.
Yeah.
Men, we are taught to be one type of way, but I don't believe it should be one type of way. It should be.
Yeah.
It should be. Like, for instance, there's females that act more masculine, but they're
Yeah.
still females. Either way, we are people. We have emotions, like I said. So we should be able to, if I don't like something, I'm gonna say it. That don't make me less of a man. That don't make me feminine. That don't make me this and that. That's just me being me. I'm a man at the end of the day because I'm a man. That's it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, clear difference.
Yeah.
People go too in depth into it and say, "Oh, you're acting like this," or "You're acting like, call it toxic shit," being like, "Oh, you're acting like a bitch," this and that.
You in your
If your
feelings.
man wants to
You in your
express to you
feelings.
how he
That's the
feels,
best one.
You in
to
your
me,
feelings.
homie really give a fuck about you if
Yeah.
you expressing how he feels and going into depth. Because for me, I'm not. If I don't care about you, I'm not gonna waste my breath on you. It's just.
I
simple
feel
that.
like as the male community, we have to do better with that because a lot of homeboys, no matter what your friend group is, like we don't really be having those talks that much,
No.
like we should. You know, when women, they get together and they kind of open up what they feel and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like us, it goes back to the toxic masculinity where it's like, damn, like I ain't really trying to tell my boys like I'm feeling this type of way, that type.
But
of
then
way.
are they really your boys?
That's what I'm saying. But it can go both ways because sometimes it's the person who's feeling some type of way who maybe if they just open their mouth and ask.
Maybe it's a reflection of you.
Yeah.
It is a
Like,
reflection of you.
Like maybe you don't want to come off soft
And
to your
I'm
boy.
speaking from
Watch
general.
this. Watch this. So you heard what he just said, right? Remember how we were talking about overthinking earlier? That's exactly what they're doing. If you're
Yeah.
thinking so much and worried so much about what your homie's gonna say, how is that your homie? Like, I get it because it happens. It happens to me too, bro. But if that's your homie, say what you gotta say, bro. That's your homie.
Just
Like,
say it.
Yeah.
inevitably, I feel like we all need that one person or at least people we could talk to. And I feel like that starts with you being that person you could talk to by you being blunt with yourself. And therefore, the people you trust with it, just wholeheartedly, like, I feel like if those really your people, just go for it.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because if you overthink, you sit there and you just,
And you're gonna see if that's really your people based off
Exactly.
how they respond to you.
like, bro, I've had situations where I'm not gonna say no names. I don't want to get into no bullshit. I've had a one-on-one with like a homeboy. You feel me? And he's told me how he felt about one thing, and then like shit would come up, and then he'll act like it never happened. And I'm like, yo, like I was there for you. Feel me? Like don't switch up on me. You get what I'm saying? Like so, but that's just people. I feel like overthinking and fearing like bro, you're still a man. You're like, I'm not judging you. I'm like, I got your back. You feel me?
Right.
That's how people should be. Like, you feel me?
Yeah. I mean, I do feel that way. I feel like every day with everybody, I feel like I'm constantly trying to find my purpose every day. Sometimes it's like there are days where I'm like, I'm just like, damn, it feels like simulation. I'm just here.
Yo,
Because it's
Right now,
repetitive.
for real,
Right.
For real.
But at the same time, there's been a lot of like eureka moments where I'm like, damn, I didn't even know I was capable of that. I didn't even know I could learn that. I didn't even know I was this way. I don't know, like we young. I'm always finding out about myself as I go along, and there's still a whole much more to know.
Shit, this was a eureka moment. This podcast for me.
Yeah.
I never thought this was like
I was right about to ask
Like,
between
no
both
cap.
of y'all.
I never envisioned myself doing a podcast. This was.
How did y'all
And
figure out
now-
the podcast? And then who figured it out? I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
But which one of y'all?
Oh, that was him.
Okay. That was him? And how did that come to
I
be?
tell everybody.
Hey, we can
this
tell
is
the story,
all like that.
We can tell the story all the
Everything
time.
that you
We
see
get into the
right
juicy details right
like,
now.
Like that. I tell everybody.
We're bringing it back.
I tell everybody like this. All this you see, the production, all that. That's this man right here. For
The
real.
mastermind.
Well, listen, hold on.
Like,
Because we got to
literally-
give Kev credit for the production.
Hell yeah.
I'm talking
He
about.
got a full cameo, bro.
Can I vibe with y'all? This was this man right here. It was his idea. It came out of his head. Like he just asked me to tag along, and I'm here.
So
for
he basically thought of everything. He thought of everything you need.
it. Like I'm like, all right, I'm here for
So
it.
basically, it stemmed from during quarantine. It was actually crazy. One of the I'm actually gonna get into this question because someone asked, "How did COVID affect you?" And this was the biggest takeaway from COVID for me, because when quarantine first started, we were just bored. We were online. We were doing IG Live and stuff like that because everyone was just sitting in the house.
Yeah.
And we had a really good live stream going. So then when things kind of started to get back to normal, we had a little follower base come from the lives. So I was thinking like, damn, how do we keep this going? And I had known Chris for a while, and we already had a good relationship and everything.
Okay.
He was doing the lives with me. So I was like, I don't want to make a skit type of YouTube. I was like, what could I do? So I just thought of a podcast. Ain't know nothing about it. Ain't know no details on how to grow it and whatnot.
Push it back further. Why were y'all doing the lives?
We were bored. Boredom.
It was
Bored,
it was-
but like you had to have like some type of like besides being bored, like did you have any type of
So-
when you started the live, like you were trying to
Well,
get what I'm getting at?
all right. So the very first live, you know Tory Lanez?
Okay.
quarantine radio.
He was doing quarantine radio.
Okay.
He was going live.
Okay.
We didn't even necessarily do it to copy him. We were just like, all right, he has the quarantine radio, but we're bored. We're drinking in the house. Let's see.
Let's
just
go
go
on
live.
live.
We did it to talk to some friends. Next thing you know, a bunch of people started coming in. Like they would share it with other people from different states. So then it got to the point where it became a show. People would look. We were going live 3 times a week, so people look forward to us going live. It got a little crazy on there. You know? got a little rated R on there. We got kicked off a few times. But it became to the point where we had grown a small follower base just from doing those lives. So when everyone started going back to work and everything, we were like, we got something really good going. I'm trying to keep this going. And the best thing that can come to my head was a podcast, but specifically a guest show to where we can kind of have, like if we were live right now and I was talking to a guest on IG Live, but instead we're doing it with mics
In person.
So we just started it, kept going pretty rapidly, and then we just didn't look back. So that is the story of Can I Buy With Y'all. Put that on the website.
You're right.
I bet no one's asked that, huh?
We've been asked a few times.
Okay.
That's probably the best I've explained it, though. Probably got the best explanation.
Yeah.
But you asked a good question because you were talking about like the purpose and everything.
I kind of was hoping you weren't gonna be like I'm bored.
No. This is a job now.
Oh hell yeah.
This is not out of boredom.
Well, I'm saying with the whole
heavily
live
invested.
thing from the beginning, because I don't know if you're the type of person like you were genuinely doing it like yeah, you're bored, but like I don't know if you felt like you could spread knowledge to people. You feel me? 'Cause I feel like that's what you're doing with the podcast.
The first time was boredom. Every time after that was entertainment. It definitely wasn't education at all. I ain't even going for it.
That's fair.
It was not education. This we have our educational episodes. We have our entertainment episodes. This is more structured, but the live was just purely entertainment.
But when he says entertainment, it's not just the demon time. It was also we were meeting new people.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that was entertaining to me. Like this is fun. This is the most conversation I've had with you because we're at Big Daddy's. I'm just
Can we
I got the
I think
rum.
I've seen you once or
Can we
twice.
run
Yeah,
it back?
I got the rum
Can
and
we run
coke.
it
Like
back?
that's it.
So the way we met, is we would go into the liquor store, and Jag was working at the liquor store, and every time he'd like direct me to some bottles. He'd be like, what you getting it for? I was like, we're about to do a podcast episode. So eventually, I'll keep coming in, and he was like, he started asking about the podcast, and here we are. So,
cause I heard that, I was like, yo, I'm all down to collab with people, bro. And I don't like, my thing is I don't need nothing in return. Like I feel like whatever's meant for me is gonna be for me. You feel me? And nice. I feel like if y'all gonna get exposed, like we all get exposure off shit. Like if I collab with you, you do this, we do. You feel me? It's all the same shit.
Exactly.
And that's fair. Not gonna be like, yo, you have to do this and pay.
Hell no. Get out my face. So how do you think COVID affected you?
I knew I was in the house probably a little more, but my life was still my life. Like I was still out doing stuff. I was working and then just going out doing certain things. You feel me? Being safe, same, normal stuff.
So it didn't no impact on mental health or anything like that?
I mean, it was a little draining. Like when I would see stuff on social media, and I'm like, damn, like these people getting affected, they're dying like that. That shit's crazy. You feel me? And then also, I don't full on like if you tell me one thing, homeboy or not, I'm gonna take into account, but I'm a firm believer in I gotta see it, bro. Like I gotta not saying some things I know I can't see, but
as far as what, like if I told you one thing, like what I'm doing, or
like for instance, like the people dying from COVID, stuff like that.
Okay.
Because since I tend not to be I guess gullible to be like, oh yeah, you said this, so this is like this. You feel me? Just off a whim. I shouldn't do the same thing if they're saying oh, these people are dying, this is happening, because it could be happening, but I don't know that.
Right.
I don't know that. I can't see that, and I'm not saying I need to, but that's just how I work. You feel me?
I can relate to that because I'm from New Jersey. Like down here, COVID did not exist. People still went out, was still doing their regular program. Like up north, my parents were up there. They were telling me people were dying, and I'm like, that's way different than what the hell I'm experiencing down here. Like, I'm at the beach. We doing house parties, and you telling me everyone up there is dying left and right. I'm like, what?
I knew people that got it, family and other people.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I couldn't see it, so I couldn't really feel it. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I felt that. At first, bro, I was so confused because, my family's from New York. So up there, they were on complete lockdown. Yeah. And here, we having brunch parties at the crib with 15 people. They're talking about you. CDC might hear me right now, but they 10 people max. We had about 20.
Florida, we do our own thing, bro.
So I mean, I definitely wasn't it's not real. I know there's people out there suffering, and it's not that I didn't even care or nothing, but it's the way of life down here was so different. As I couldn't really understand it because it wasn't really in my face like that. And it's a blessing. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
it's a blessing 100%. We were down here. But at first, I was just so confused, bro. I was just that's why I turned into doing lives, because I was all we could do is go outside, play ball, hit the beach, and go live at night. That was the life.
That's right. We were hooping.
That's literally all we did.
It was a regular program. I didn't feel COVID. Did it have a mental impact on you, a mental health impact on you?
It wasn't until my uncle had passed from it, and that was September.
So that was right after we got
That was September of 20. Yeah, that was actually right after we started the podcast.
Yeah.
Because I said, you see, March to September, you see all the numbers. You see, they put in your face every day.
Yeah.
But I think that was the first time it was really in my face, where I was all right, this shit is real. But at the same time, it's it's so hard to determine who actually passed from COVID and who actually had, because him specifically had previous health issues. So it's how do you determine if it's COVID? How do you determine if it's other things? He had asthma and stuff like that.
There's too many gray lines with some of that stuff,
yeah,
bro.
So to this day, bro, in 2022, I still can't understand it. Honestly, I don't even speak on it that much because it's like you said, it's a gray area.
I ain't gonna lie. Personally, I think they hiked up the numbers. I
definitely think they did that too.
And to me, I'm just going back on perspective. It's all how you look at it. If you're a black and white person, you're probably gonna believe all that stuff, and you're gonna be scared and this and that.
Yeah.
And if you're not, you're gonna look at it because there's so many things we could have questions on. For instance, what is it? Like, so y'all believe how they say, for instance, like let's say you go break your leg, right? And how they only give you all those pills, all that stuff, because they don't really want you to get it better. I feel like they just they want to get addicted to this and that. So think about like when cancer or like STDs that are not curable. How is that a thing? Please explain that. Because there's stuff like, for instance, when I think about that, I think eventually like, you know, like Nipsey Hussle, how he would talk about Dr. Sebi.
Absolutely.
Dr. Sebi died, right?
Right around that time.
Right? And what was he pushing? He was pushing what? For cure for cancer?
Yep.
Something that's uncurable. So when I think of all these other things, I look back on that and think like, okay.
Yeah, when I heard that, it's like, all right, something going on here.
You feel me? Like, and I look at it like, how is someone supposed to believe this is like this, but then these are a thing? Please explain to me the logic. You get me? And earlier I was gonna ask y'all when we were talking about the whole like emotions and then masculinity and all this stuff. I had read somewhere an article or a video or something that we as men tend to. We just move off of logic. We move off of logic 9 times out of 10, and women move off emotion.
Yep.
But if you're an open-minded person, I feel like you get the benefit of both, and that's where we tend to prosper.
I will preach to everybody to be as open-minded as possible. I'll be open about what I believe in, but I'm also open to listening to what other people believe in, because there's a whole world out there. There's different cultures and perspectives. So if I just close the door on whoever wants to talk about what they believe in, then it's just like, I could have learned something. I could still learn where other people are coming from.
That's a choice, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
You might not believe in what I believe in.
There was something I had posted probably like 2 weeks ago on my story, 2-3 weeks ago, when I commented on y'all shit, saying like you had said something like, oh, if you with your significant other, you feel me? And I was like, that's what we need more of. You feel me?
That's what he reposted.
And I was doing my same little thing because I was going through a little rut. You feel me? And I try to like the people that appreciate me and I guess call it support me. I try to push positivity when I'm feeling like down, you feel me? Like I try to do that for myself and for other people because I feel like some people need that, you feel me? Like for instance, me, when I needed that, I never had that, so I try to do that. So I thought about something that was like crazy. It was like, I feel like more people could have what they want if they took the time, instead of being impatient, to make the choice that we all have to just speak on how they feel, you feel me? Just like they take more time out to make a choice that we all have and be a little more open-minded to, you know, other things, because life isn't just this is it.
Like selfless.
Yeah, you feel me?
Stop being self-centered. Get it together.
Open-minded.
Yeah, bro.
I think I've learned more from talking to people than I have from like school or any other like educational system or instrument. Like,
I mean, that's still talking to people, but it's are you talking to the right people?
Well, school, I think you mean like, you know, actually the textbook, right?
Yeah.
Like going by the textbook. I don't know. I'm not really.
I mean, that's a book created by one person that just says this is this.
Dr. McMillan or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
It's a book that, you know, I made, whatever, saying this is like this.
Yeah. Man, school's a scam. I don't care. Like yo,
bro, again, it's saying this is how life is. That's literally what it is.
We'll save that. We'll save that because that's.
Nah, that shit be pissing me off, bro.
Man,
you be having like one professor. You can only buy this one specific book, and guess who it was written by? That professor,
Dr. McMillan.
Right? Like now he get the whole profits. Like get out of here, bro. I'm not buying your book.
Oh, and you got to pay the fee to the school.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and you got to pay parking. And the technology fee.
Man, like,
and the gym fee.
Hey, but we do appreciate you coming on, though.
For sure.
Thank you for coming.
Drop your socials one more time for the people.
So you go on IG, you go and you type it JAGKNOWS, Jagnos, and then also I got my LINKTREE in the bio. You feel me? For the YouTube, for the Twitch. You feel me? I try to stream here and there. You feel me? Okay. I do my thing.
Go ahead, drop it for him.
And again, it's your boy Chris. You can follow me on IG at Mathis023.
And then, you know, since he said it, you go on the IG, you type in CAZ_0, and then you don't just do that. You go type in Can I Buy With Y'all podcast on IG, on Twitter, on TikTok, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, and especially YouTube, where you see us pouring these shots and getting jiggy with it. All right, we out of here.